What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Joannis or Joe Hatagwa. I'm a Sierra Leonean American living in West Africa. I'm in LA right now. I'm actually in, where am I? North Hollywood or Van Nuys. I'm in the Valley. I'm in the Valley right now. And if you want to know what the last week has been like for me and what my thoughts are, what's going on in Black America right now, then this is the video for you. All right. We are live, and it's Independence Day, July 4th, 2022. Manelik, what's up? Shout out to you for joining the live. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me get a thumbs up if you can hear me. Thumbs up on Instagram, thumbs up on YouTube, so I know you guys can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. I see a couple people joining Instagram live. There's a couple people on the YouTube live. Let me know that you guys can hear me. Just give me a thumbs up so I know that you guys can hear me. Destination Africa Group. What's up, guys? Long time no speak. Looking forward to catching up with you when I get back to Ghana. Shout out to Victor. Victor, what's up, man? I'm in the States, if you can't tell. I'm on the West Coast. But when I get back to New York, we got to catch up. Okay, so you guys can hear me. It looks like everybody can hear me loud and clear. Cool. Well, the Wi-Fi is a little bit better here, this part of the world. So I'm not having too many issues when I get on the live. So today is the 4th of July, so I will be doing something. The friend group that I have here, we're still trying to figure out what it is we're actually going to be doing, but we're going to do something. And so we are just trying to figure that out. So I probably won't stay on the live too long, but I always want to make sure I get on, no matter the circumstance, to be able to talk to you guys if there are any questions, comments, concerns, things happening in our community, things that we should talk about. So Hot Locks 2011 asks, where on the West Coast? I am in LA. I'm in the Valley right now in LA. So yes, Van Nuys area. I do want to try to get together all the subscribers here in California. There's a few of you guys who we've been talking about trying to get the group together, and I'm still trying to work out the details of what that might look like. I'm going to Orange County Friday morning. I am taking most of the week off from work. So, okay, Hot Locks 2011 is in Long Beach. Shout out to Long Beach, LBC. I'm going to try to figure out what I can do to get everybody together while I'm here. I don't know what that'll be or when that'll be, but it'll likely have to be during the week, because on the weekend I will be in Orange County with my sister and her kids and spending some time with them. So whatever I end up doing will have to be sometime during the week. So I didn't have a lot to talk about today, but I do have some topics to talk about, some lessons that I've learned living in West Africa and coming back to the States, and how I need to be more cognizant of how things work in the Western world versus in Africa. But before I get into that, for those of you who don't know me, as mentioned before, my name is Joannis, or people call me Joe Hatagwa. I am a Sierra Leonean American. I live in West Africa. I live in Ghana full time, but I spend a lot of time in Sierra Leone. I've been traveling to Nigeria and other places. I am now in the States for a month. Part of my new job requires me to be in the U.S. for a month every 3 months. So every quarter, once a quarter for a month, every 3 months, basically. So I'm in LA for the rest of this week, and then I'm going back to New York. The channel is about my move to Ghana and my life in Sierra Leone, building a house, and what that life is like, and the lessons that I learned along the way. Because if you're deciding to move to West Africa or visit West Africa, ideally I can be a North Star or a guide for you while you're making that decision. So that's what the channel's about. I have an Instagram page for those of you on YouTube who don't know, called Authentic_African. For those of you on Instagram who don't know, I have a YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is Authentic African. And I do have a TikTok channel, which is Authentic__African. Just started the TikTok channel this last month in June, about a month ago. It's starting to pick up. So make sure you guys follow me on TikTok as well. You get bite-sized clips of the longer pieces of content. So if you don't want to sit through an Instagram live or any of my longer videos, you can get like short clips of them on TikTok, and then I do YouTube Shorts as well. All right, so that's really what it's about. Those are the platforms and the channels. So let's get into today's content. We'll start with since it's the 4th of July and we're talking about Independence Day, America's independence from the British. And it's a big deal. You know, you wear red or white or blue on this day. Everybody's flags are out. There's lots of fireworks. I thought it was fitting to talk about someone who doesn't have their freedom or their independence in Brittney Griner and kind of further that discussion because just recently they decided to prolong the wait time before sentencing her. So Russia hasn't decided how much time she's getting. So recap for everyone who doesn't know, Brittney Griner is a Team USA basketball player, WNBA player. She played at Baylor University in college. One of the only women ever to dunk multiple times. And, you know, multiple-time All-Star, Olympic gold medalist for Team USA. She was playing for a team in Russia for one of the Russian oligarchs. And she was accused of bringing a vape cartridge in her baggage when she landed. And that carries a sentence, I think, of at least 5 years in Russia. And so she was supposed to be sentenced twice. They've extended her sentencing twice. And through that process, you can see that's had a really, really profound effect on her physical appearance. I want to show you guys a picture because I think it says it all in terms of like what must be going through her mind at this point in time. Just to remind everybody that there is a petition that you can sign. That petition helps to get the word out and get it more out there till the President of the United States decides to do something about it. Because I do think it's worth doing something about, you know, if the U.S. has decided that she's been detained unlawfully, which the U.S. has decided, then if she's been detained unlawfully, that would mean that she needs to return home, right? And if the U.S. decided that, then I think that's what I'm rocking with, right? The U.S. has decided that she was detained unlawfully. Nabil, what's up, Nabil? I used to work with this guy, Nabil. He joined the live. Shout out to you. What's up, Nabil? Thank you. He said I am the best. Appreciate it. Okay, cool. So really quickly, I just want to show you guys this footage because I mean, not the footage, the picture, which there's some footage of her walking into the courtroom. And just seeing that really made me feel for her. You know, at first I was kind of like, you know, you're going to another country. It's your fault. You shouldn't do that. But, you know, if they're saying she was detained unlawfully, then, you know, I don't know how else to look at this. But like, can you guys see this clearly? If you see, and this is how she looked the entire time, you know, when she was in detainment, right? Her eyes were very like bug-eyed and out of it. She looked like she was in disbelief. And it seems like there's some things going on mentally with her right now. And so, you know, initially I was a little bit more along the lines of you should have known better. But as I've gotten more information and as it's been decided that she's been detained unlawfully, I think this is a little bit more of a geopolitical war or war tactic, considering where we are in terms of our relationship with Russia, and using her as a pawn is what it feels like to me. And so anyway, you guys can sign the petition. It's at change.org. I'll put it up on the screen right now. For those of you who are watching on Instagram Live, just go to my profile on my Instagram page. There's a link to the YouTube channel, and you can find the link to this video. And in this video description, I will put the change.org. Let me see if I can just find it. I'll put it up on the screen really quickly. So it started on May 5th. Okay, so you need 300,000 signatures for it to become on the top of the change.org's list. The last time we checked in on this, there was less than 250,000. There are 292,000 signed petitions. So if you feel like you want to be involved and you want to sign the petition, it's just change.org. And then you just go in there. If you do a search for Brittney Griner, if you do a Google search for Brittney Griner and change.org, you'll come up with it. But it'll be in the description of this video both on Instagram and on YouTube. But of course, Instagram descriptions, you can't click on them. So just come to the YouTube channel and click on the description. But yeah, so in any case, I just wanted to mention that because I just remember seeing that footage and it was really disheartening to see. And so I recommend everybody do what you can to help. All right, cool. So moving on to the next topic. You know, those of you who plan to move or visit West Africa and you plan to spend an extended period of time, one piece of advice I would give you is, as much as possible, maintain everything you have in place in the US. So if your driver's license is going to expire, try to renew it. Oh, so sorry. Marilyn Joyce says she didn't see the photo. Yeah, it was only available on the screen on the YouTube live. Sorry. If you were on Instagram live, you weren't going to see it. But you can watch back the live and you can see it, or just go over to the YouTube channel and you'll be able to see it there. So I would say maintain everything you can. Driver's license, credit card expiration dates, debit card expiration dates. And I'll tell you why in a second. Just ensure that you keep everything up to date. Everything. It doesn't matter if you don't know when next you will be back in the States. So I bought a one-way ticket to Ghana and I didn't know when I was coming back. And I wasn't coming back for a long time, and I didn't come back for a long time. It was a year and 6 months at least before I came back to the States. But there are a couple of things that I discovered along the way. So when I was in Sierra Leone and in Ghana, I kept realizing that I can't just use cash all the time. So I can't use cards all the time, especially in Sierra Leone. I had to get used to using cash. And I thought, you know, whatever, I get to the US, you know, I have one bank account that I use in the US. I'll probably just be able to get my card printed same day and just use that card. Well, you can't do that. And it takes at least 72 hours or something like that before the card is sent to you. And even by then, if you are in the middle of trying to get something done at that moment, it makes it difficult. So that means booking your flights. That means booking your hotel. That means Uber. So I have a friend of mine whose place I'm in right now, Chu. She's been booking my Ubers for me, and I've had to pay her back in cash or through Zelle because I cannot use a card. I have no card that I can use. Sierra Leone has decided to do remuneration, which is great, meaning they're removing 3 zeros off the currency. And they had mentioned they were going to be doing this for a while. They didn't say when they were going to do it, and they didn't say how long it was going to impact you on your bank. And so it just happened in the middle of my trip here, trying to use my card. I can no longer use my card while I'm here. And apparently it's a visa issue. So anybody who has a Visa card, which almost all the like 90-something% of the cards issued in Sierra Leone are Visa cards. And so even though I have a USD bank account, it's all in US dollars, I am unable to access my card and use my card. So that's definitely a lesson that I've learned. And what that means is I can't stay in the kind of hotels that I want to stay in. So I go to check in at the Sheraton. When I got here, I go to the Sheraton and they're like, we don't do cash. And I'm like, well, you know, I got the money, I have the cash. Just, you know, you could take whatever the hold. I'll pay for the hold, the $75 extra hold, whatever it is. You can hold it and then just give me it back when I leave, you know? And they said no. So that first night that I was here, I had to stay at a Days Inn. And, you know, when I come to the first world, you know, I'm always trying to stay in the nicer places, right? So I had to stay at a Days Inn, not terrible, but not the ideal circumstance. Sheraton Days Inn, you know what I'm saying? And then the Days Inn was sold out the next day. And so I actually had to end up going to a Motel 6. So I'm staying in a Motel 6 right now. That is where I am staying for this week, at least until I get access to my cash in my account where I can use a card. And then I'll be able to go stay at a different kind of a hotel. But as of right now, I'm in a Motel 6. All right, so shout out to everyone joining. Real quickly, Sharon joined. What's up, Sharon? She says, good evening from America. Good afternoon from the West Coast of the United States. And that goes into David McCrae's question. What's up, David? David's asking, am I back in Sierra Leone? I am not back in Sierra Leone. I am in Van Nuys, California right now. So I'm in California, and I will be here until the end of the week. And then I'm going to New York till the end of the month. Helen Brown is joining from Facebook this time. What's up, Helen? Good to see you on. Usually you join from YouTube, right? So shout out to you for joining from Facebook. The sole joiner from Facebook. Very few people join from Facebook, but what's up, Helen? How are you? So those are some of the lessons that I learned. But I will say life is so much easier to move around here. You know, when I'm in West Africa, you know, you have to think on your feet a lot, you know, especially when you're moving around different countries. I realized that I've had to think on my feet here, but it was a lot easier to get things done because there are a lot of systems in place that allow you to make things a little bit easier. So I was able to figure it all out, you know, and I've been doing a lot of figuring things out over the last 2 years, you know, or last year, a little over a year and a half, living in West Africa. And so, you know, me having to try to figure out this whole cash thing, I didn't panic at all. I mean, it was midnight. You know, by the time I figured out that I could not stay at the Sheraton. And so I had to just call around to a bunch of hotels. And then the next morning at Days Inn, luckily, I got friends here, and Chu was nice enough to let me keep my stuff here before I had to go to a wedding and come back here and then figure out where I was going to stay and all of that. So, but it worked out. And luckily, I don't have to sleep on the streets, you know what I'm saying, in a tent. I found a place because people don't take cash here, but apparently the motels do. The motels take cash, and you would imagine why. You know, the different folks who tend to spend their time at motels often, you know, people who work in the world where their transactions are done in cash, put it that way. Anyway, so I have some interesting neighbors. I've heard some interesting conversations this morning between some people and their clients, let's say, if you get my drift. Anyway, David McCrae says, welcome to California. Thank you very much. He is in the East Bay. I do plan maybe my next trip to the States to go up to San Francisco at the very least. So maybe we can make something happen. Henrietta, what's up? Henrietta joined on Instagram. All right. So Manelik asked a good question. Is MasterCard used in Ghana? Yes, it is. And they're trying to use more of it everywhere on the continent. MasterCard has really been pushing for that. They have a foundation and they're really trying to push for the usage of their cards. But Visa is just, I guess, more easily used and found. And so most of the banks issue cards in Visa. I happen to know this because I lived in Ghana. Ghana is 90% Visa cards, 10%, 9% MasterCard, and then like less than 1% is other versions of cards. So MasterCard is definitely in the minority in Ghana. But I happen to have a MasterCard. My UBA account is a MasterCard randomly, which is not every ATM accepts MasterCards, especially in Sierra Leone. So I learned that lesson because at the airport, none of the ATMs in the airport accept a MasterCard. So you have to go outside the airport. There's a bank down the street where you can go use their outside ATMs across the street from the airport. So yeah, what else do we talk about? I mean, it's only been 20 minutes. I've already run out of topics. Is there anything you guys want to talk about today? I just wanted to make sure I got on and talk to you all, just because you know I'm trying to be consistent and just ensure that we're always talking, and I give a little nugget, a little piece of information for you if you're deciding to visit or move. Is there anything that you guys want to talk about? Anything that's going on in the news that is of interest to you all? Or do we want to cut this short and just make it a 20-minute live? We could do that too. I'm gonna give a chance for everybody to decide if there's everything you want to talk about. If you want to just let me know, I'm happy to talk about it. Let me think if there's anything else to talk about. I'm now 2 weeks in. Oh, the wedding was dope. So I went to a wedding this last week. Henrietta, what's up? What's up? I went to a wedding this last weekend, which was a really, really dope wedding. It was a 3-day event. So they had a dessert party, all-white dessert party Friday night. I missed that because I flew in late Friday night. Saturday, they had the wedding and the reception, which was really dope. And then yesterday, they had a post-wedding kickback, is what they called it, where we all, we enjoyed ourselves, got a chance to have a lot of conversations. Hank and Tembi are a dope power couple. And like, emerging power couple here in Los Angeles. My boy Hank, we went to college together for a year in Jacksonville, and then we, went our separate ways, but we always stayed in touch. And so, there was, obviously, so I was dressed in, and shout out to Makia, who is one of the subscribers who joined one of the lives and then reached out to me. And her fiance is Henry of Harry Cotton. And I had a dope Ghanaian style suit made. And so that's what I wore to the wedding. And it was like a conversation starter. So people were like, oh, that's dope. Where'd you get it from? I'm like, I got it from Ghana. I live in Ghana. And then we started having conversations. And there's a bunch of people who spend a lot of time on the continent, which is really dope to see. People, Ghanaian folks who are investors in Ghana, other people who spend a lot of time all over the continent of Africa. So I had a lot of great conversations yesterday, a lot of good networking. Did not expect that, but it was really dope. And so I'm really excited to be able to start to share those things as they come to fruition, because there's a lot of conversations that were had and a lot of interesting things that I'm going to be working on with some of these folks. And I'm looking forward to sharing that with you all. All right, cool. So a couple other comments, questions, things that came up. David McCrae says, do you know what's going on in Sierra Leone? What specifically? You mean in terms of the remuneration, or is there something else happening that you want to call to my attention? Let me know, because I'm more than happy to talk about it. Manelik says, it's a holiday and go enjoy your day. We're still trying to figure out what we want to do. I mean, I do want to enjoy my day, but I'm not sure what I want to do. But I work on holidays anyway, except for Martin Luther King and Juneteenth. I don't work on those days. But yeah, other than that, I do work on holidays all the time. Okay, there goes Makia right there. I was just singing your praises, saying that like the suit, I think you got 3 new followers. Harry Cotton has 3 new followers, Makia, on Instagram as of yesterday, because everybody was asking about the clothes that I was wearing, where I got them from. And I told them it was Harry Cotton. You see the little logo right here in the pocket. And so a couple people followed. I told them they need to be, you have to let me know if they need to be in Ghana to be able to, they need to go for the fitting, right? So 2 of them plan to go. But yeah, they were really, really interested, and they loved what Harry Cotton is up to. So shout out to Harry Cotton. Okay. Sharon Gooding is saying airline tickets to Sierra Leone. Are you asking what the price is or what? I have not booked any flights to Sierra Leone from the US since November of 2020. So I have no idea what those prices look like. I flew here directly from France, and I plan to fly to Ghana from here. But my company is sponsoring those flights. And so I've only ever flown back and forth. But from what I remember, they were around $1,400 because I was always booking them within 3 weeks of going to Sierra Leone. So it was always about $1,400 to $1,500, and it can be more. And I guess with fuel prices, ticket prices are higher now anyway. So I would imagine you can expect that it can be somewhere around that price, $1,400 to $1,500, depending on where you're flying from, maybe New York. David McCrae says gas prices in today's city was at a standstill. No transportation, no businesses were open. Oh, wow. I did not know about that. That was what's going on in Sierra Leone. I know the gas prices have been crazy. Yeah. While I was there, it cost me almost $90 to fill up the tank for a Toyota. What is it? I don't even know what it is. Small SUV Toyota. $90 to fill up the tank. Not cool. So the gas prices in Sierra Leone are ridiculous right now. And it's unfortunate because obviously the average person can't afford it. Right. And so, there's a lot more people walking these days. I rented a vehicle 2 different days. And luckily, because I rent with them frequently, and then I also had brought them some business, they worked out a deal for me, but it was still $60 a day, and you can rent cars in the US for like $30 a day. It's a small one, but you can rent one. In Sierra Leone, it's like $60 a day. So anyway, I didn't know what was going on in Sierra Leone. I'm sorry to hear that. For all of those in Sierra Leone dealing with that, man, trust me, I know the struggle. So That's terrible. And I'll be back there probably sometime before I come to the States again, in sometime in like, I would say probably around the September timeframe. So if any of you guys are going to be in Sierra Leone at that time, I may be there during that time. All right, cool. Also realize it might be a little hard to see me because I had the light behind me. But you guys get the gist. You know, you guys have seen me do live in the dark, where I've lost power a couple times doing live in Nigeria, and then I've lost power doing live in Sierra Leone. The whole rest of the live, you guys might remember that. So if you guys have watched the live while I was in the dark, you can watch a live with backlighting. All right, anything else? Anything else anybody want to talk about? We can make this one short. It's been 26 minutes. We can make this a 30-minute live. This will be a record for the shortest live, probably. If we do end this in the next 4 minutes, it'll be a record for the shortest live ever. And also, just so you guys know what's coming, anybody who's ever planning to go to Sierra Leone and you're planning to go to Bo, I have a video of the Sierra Hotel, which is one of the hotels in Bo. And I did a tour of the hotel. So now if you go to Bo, you have 2 tours of hotels to look at. You'll have the Dohas, which is where I used to stay. And then now I have Sahara Hotel. So if you're planning to go to Sierra Leone, you're planning to go to Bo, you'll now have 2 videos that'll show you what it looks like and how much it costs and what to expect. So I think that's probably going to be helpful to you all because I didn't know what to expect. And so my driver was the one who put me on to the Sahara Hotel because he stayed there before. So I'm more than happy to share that with you all, and you guys will see that in the next video that goes live. Last week, I did the Sunshine Estates, a Chinese-built community on Aberdeen on the beach. And then the week before that, I did Dream Atlantic Villas, another Chinese estate. So you'll get a chance to see what those look like. One is a short-term housing, one is long-term housing, both of which you can see and get an idea of what it looks like if you decide you want to stay by the beach and you're looking for somewhere to stay or you're looking for apartments. So I have those. And I'm going to continue to do that. I have some interviews coming your way too. So as far as the house project, so David McCrae has asked about the house project. So that's a good question. We were at a bit of a standstill because of rainy season, but I put a temporary covering over top of the roof so that it can keep the rain off, and then also it'll be shaded. So like when I'm staying there in December, I'll be able to stay under it if I want to enjoy maybe some cannabis, for instance, or if I just want to enjoy the view, I can do that now up there. Not worried about getting rained on or worrying about it being too hot. So that's being worked on right now. And then we're getting back to the plastering, and I got to put the bars on the doors and the windows. That's next. So I'll be showing all of that to you guys in my weekly vlogs. That's all coming. I got another weekly vlog coming this week on probably Saturday. This coming Sunday. The Sahara Hotel video is going to be on Wednesday. And then, of course, I have a YouTube short every day of the week, 7 days a week, different pieces of videos. David McCrae said Dream Atlantic was disappointing. I did do a video about Dream Atlantic Hotel as well. So if you guys want to know what he's talking about, definitely check it out. Brown Coat Blue, what's up? How's it going, Joe? Hope all is well. All is well. Yes, it is. I'm a little bit on my world tour right now. And just for a reminder or update for those of you guys who don't know, I am in my 4th city in 4 weeks. So I left Ghana. So yeah, 6th city in 6 weeks, I should say. So I was in Freetown. I went to Ghana for 1 week, Accra, Ghana for 1 week. Then I had to pack everything. I was in London the next week. Then I was in Cannes, France the next week. So that's 3 cities in 3 weeks. Then I was in New York for a week. And then now I'm in LA. So it's definitely been a lot of movement. But it's been cool getting a chance to catch up with different people in different cities. But my life now is going to be a lot of movement around. So you guys are going to have to get used to some of my lives being from places that are not on the continent. And I'll probably be doing content from places not in the continent. So I'm working out some content that I want to do with my friend Kels and my friend Chazine in New York. So there's definitely some content coming there. I interviewed Sierra Leoneans at Sierra Leone markets in London. Those are all coming at some point in time in the future. I've gone to Sierra Leone and Nigerian restaurants in London and France. I got a chance to experience the Black group, which is actually a really dope group who focuses on Black representation in media and in marketing and advertising and just in that whole ecosystem of advertising. So that was cool. So there's a bunch of content coming on that. And then while I'm here in LA, or when I was in New York, before I came here, I went to a couple of Black-owned vegan restaurants. There's also some African stores that I want to go to where I want to interview some of the owners and go through some of the products they have in the stores to help people know what's available to them, and so they can patronize those businesses. So those are the kinds of things I'm going to do when I'm not on the continent. I want to tell the stories of people who are Africans living in the diaspora. I interviewed someone actually who she's Fula, but she is Sierra Leonean and she is living in New York. And so I interviewed her at her place last week. And so that video will be coming out in the next month or so. I got plenty of content coming. I got 15 videos in the queue right now. So all of those are getting edited one by one, slowly but surely, but they'll all be coming out. So over the next 15 weeks, you got plenty more to come. More real estate videos in Ghana. I interviewed a realtor, interviewed someone who has a virtual reality company that's coming out. So more interviews are coming. If you guys like the interviews that I've done with people on the continent, whether they've come from somewhere else and they've moved or they're natives, there's plenty of information and insight you guys are going to be getting from them. Cool. Anybody else? Any questions, comments, thoughts about what it's been like for me to be back in the States, or what's going on with, my life in general? Happy to answer any questions. Anybody else got anything? We've now hit the 32-minute mark. So I was saying that maybe we'll end this at 30 minutes, but we're at 32 minutes now. If you guys have anything else, I'm more than happy to keep it going. If not, we can call it. I'm gonna give a little bit of time though for people to throw in last minute questions before we go, because I see a couple of people joining the YouTube live and some new people joining the Instagram live. Anything else before we go? Going once, going twice. Let's see if there's anything else to talk about too. So, okay, Manalek is asking, are you ready to go back to the motherland? I am ready. Been ready since I got here. But look, I'll say this, it's been good catching up with old friends, like people I haven't seen since October, like being here in LA. I left LA for the last time in October 2020. It is July 2022. So people's lives have changed. Whole life changes have happened in that time. People have had kids, people have gotten married, people have moved, people have got new careers and jobs and whatnot. So it's been good to come back and get the opportunity to catch up with my folks that I haven't seen in a while. So for that reason, I've loved it. But of course, I feel at home being in West Africa. All right. Helen Brown says, what are you doing for Independence Day? Don't know yet. We're still trying to figure that out right now as a group. All of the group of friends right now, we don't know yet. Might watch the fireworks somewhere. I'm not a big fireworks person, so it's not one thing that's really exciting to me. But whatever my friends want to do, I'm down to do. So we're trying to figure that out. Robert Grissom, great question. Did you seal the deal with the TV station in Sierra Leone, AYV? I did not seal the deal. That's a good conversation starter. So here's the deal with when these kinds of things come up in Sierra Leone in particular, and sometimes in Ghana as well, sometimes in Nigeria as well. You have to ensure you're dealing with folks who are on it and can multitask, because there's always something else that's happening that is maybe more important. So Sierra Leone right now, AYV has Housemates. Housemates is their biggest show by far. It's a reality show. They put a bunch of people in a house, et cetera, et cetera. Wildness ensues. There are couples, they're coupling up, and sex on live TV and whatnot happens, stuff like that. So it's a very big show for them. And all of their time and attention and focus is on Housemates. So the friend of mine who works in production over there, she's the one who introduced me to folks on it. I keep following up with her, and she's just telling me everyone's focused on that show. So when that show is out of season, that will be when we come back to the conversation. And there still needs to be some negotiation on ad dollars and if I bring on my own advertisers, what that looks like. Doing a press run on the station with, I want to do their morning show. I want to do their entertainment show. I want to do their radio show. I want to have an article in the newspaper. If my content is going to be featured on the station, they need to do a press run within all of their shows, right? If you guys watch, you guys may not notice this just because you go about your everyday life, but like if a show is on CBS, it's coming, like the season's about to start, they run commercials for that show 24/7. And that person does them, whatever is CBS this morning. They do whatever the night show is on CBS. I don't know who it is. They talk about it on the news. There's usually a segment about it on the news. If there's an entertainment show, like Entertainment Tonight or something like that on that station, they'll do Entertainment Tonight. And that's what a station normally does to promote a new show. It's not something that even came to mind for the folks at AYV when I was talking about this. And so it's just something that we'll have to do if, in fact, it does get picked up. I hope it does, because it'll be cool to have my content displayed in the television format. And so the initial discussions are 1 season, 30-minute episodes of my content from Sierra Leone and Ghana, maybe some Nigeria content, and maybe Egypt content as well. 30-minute episodes for 1 season. If it does well, they would likely do a 2nd season, and then I would be able to utilize their production, their crew, their facilities, their equipment, etc. Right? And then I'll have help producing content with other people, and I can be more of just the talent as opposed to the director, the producer, the on-air personality, and all of that. So that could be interesting. We'll see if it comes to fruition. Right now, it's just words. But I thought, why not put it out there to you all so you guys know it's something that's a possibility, and hopefully it does come to fruition. We'll see. We'll see. Sharon Gooding says, I hope to visit the motherland one day. You absolutely need to make it a priority for sure. Next time you decide on a international trip for work, I recommend you definitely look at going to Ghana as your destination. Definitely recommend it. Brown Coat Blue says, question. Yeah, sure. What's up? What's the question? All right. I think after this question from Brown Coat Blue, maybe we'll bring it to an end. Okay, it's a good question. How stable? So Brown Coat Blue's question is, how stable is Sierra Leone? I'm starting to see some concerning indicators in Ghana with the financial crisis and rising youth unrest. Well, if I'm going to be honest, I think Ghana is more stable than Sierra Leone, if I'm just going to be perfectly honest. But most of which I wouldn't be too concerned about. I think what you would like, financial crisis is everywhere in the world, technically, right now. We're all kind of going through a version of a financial crisis with inflation. And then in terms of youth unrest, I don't really see the youth unrest as something that bad in Ghana. I think it hasn't reached like a fever pitch. And I would say if there's anything, it would be, what I would be more worried about is the potential for a coup, which it doesn't seem like any of the nations that I've been talking about are at risk of that. It's when you see rebels and there's unrest amongst militant groups, that would be where I would be concerned. Otherwise, it's more like protests and people dissatisfied, but it's definitely not an unstable or concerning situation, in my opinion. And that goes for both Sierra Leone and Ghana. Ghana has its own set of problems. Sierra Leone definitely has its own set of problems, but in both countries, those are just normal challenges you deal with in West Africa. But I don't see any political unrest or anything like that that would lead to any concerns, from my opinion. Okay, cool. Great question. I love a thought-provoking question like that. That's really good. Any other questions, comments, thoughts, concerns before we call it? We're at 40 minutes now. You're welcome, Bronco Blue. Of course, always happy to give some insights or like my own input. You know, obviously, I would say get a second opinion, read as much as you can, but you know, I do have ears to the ground and people who can give me like really good insight into what's happening, and this isn't something that I think is that concerning. All right, guys, this has been great. Always fun to catch up and go live. I am going to call it. And by the way, any of you in the family who are watching, Auntie Marion, Jasmine, those of you who watch, I know Auntie Marion watches every Monday, so I appreciate you, Auntie Marion. And that reminds me now, I need to send Auntie Marion some funds because she held me down in England. So Auntie Marion, I'll be in touch very shortly because I just thought about that. Sharon Gooding says, thank you for coming to YouTube today. Thank you guys for coming. You know, I didn't want to be talking to myself on this live. So I'm glad that there were people here that were willing to join and came on a holiday in the United States. All right, well, I'm going to call it. I am planning to enjoy some of the natural herbs available to me since I was a part of legalization recreationally of the cannabis here. And so I plan to engage and indulge. So thanks everybody for joining. As you all know what to do, make sure you hit a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Pass this on to any friends that you might have who are thinking about potentially going to Sierra Leone or West Africa in general and has spent a lot of time there and maybe potentially coming to the States. Things for them to keep in mind because I wanted to make sure that they know that. And then, of course, in the description after this video gets posted again, you will have a link to the petition to sign for Brittney Griner if you feel compelled to do so. I recommend you do. But yeah. Oh, there seems to be another comment. What's the other comment? Oh, Helen Brown's just saying bye. All right. Bye, Helen. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. As always, I appreciate it. And I will see you all on the next. Okay, there's another comment. Okay. All right. I'll see you all in the next video. No more comments. All right. Bye, guys.